recording. I'm sorry, Aaliyah.
Dude, what the fuck?
I'm so sorry. I don't know why. The fuck? I swear to God. Okay, it's okay, because all of that was garbage.
It was trash. I'm glad that you weren't recording.
Okay. Okay. Take 2. Okay. All right, we are finally ready to do this. We don't need to say hello. I got that. We got it.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Because I don't know if she really did get it. The last one that she did was ass. So.
The last 7 minutes of this has been rolling for 8 minutes now, and it's all been ass. So,
but that was good.
No, yeah, we're ready to go, which is good.
All right, one more time for the one more time. Not a time.
Thugging with my rounds.
Not this. My dog said, thugging with my rounds. I love that for you.
I'm wrong. Okay, we don't have time for this. So, hello, guys.
Yeah, I put the timer on. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, great. So I thought it was important for us to do like a little introduction podcast to just kind of talk about who we are.
Getting to know you.
There you go. Aaliyah's gonna be the queen of the jingles. I'm gonna go first
because I don't even know what the questions are.
Yeah, I honestly didn't really think this through as much as I should have. TBH.
It's all good. We go
off the fly. That's how it is. That's what it is. So. Basically, I'm 26 years old. I'm a single woman living in Los Angeles. And I've been living in LA for a year now. I just hit my year mark. And it's been a really fun year. And I moved to LA for multiple reasons. Mm-hmm. But the main reason was my career, because I work in TV and film. We both do. And that's how we met. And Gang, yeah. Our whole friendship story, I don't know if we have time to tell you guys today, but I definitely want to talk about that too in the future. But
so sentimental.
Aw, it's been over a year since we've been friends now. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, chill out.
I know, that's crazy though. But yeah, and I don't know. I'm going through a really crazy time in my life mentally right now. I just feel it's a lot of transition, and I'm kind of manic and crazy, so it's a good time to be doing this podcast.
All right, so
that's my mini introduction.
If I'm following, it's my name is
pretend we're on a date, first date.
Ooh.
Who are you? Who are you, girl?
My name is
Whoa.
I'm kidding. Okay, so my name is Aaliyah. I'm from Florida, though. I moved out to LA, basically, like you said, for the same thing. But, one of the things about me moving out to LA is, it was a goal, I always knew that I was going to move out here.
Mm-hmm.
My parents had brought my best friend and I out for our birthdays and, to look at colleges and high school. And, I don't know. It was just something about the atmosphere. It just moved me to tell my mom I'm gonna live here.
Ooh.
And so from that moment on, it was 10th grade, I think, it was just a goal to you're gonna live in LA. Mm-hmm. And so now I live in LA. I moved out here right smack dab in the middle of COVID. Crazy. June 2020. Graduated in my parents' home, most people, with the whole drive-by beep 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 thing. Congratulations! Yay.
I didn't know that. That's really sad.
Yeah, it fucking sucked. But the best part about it, though, was my sister was graduating high school the same year.
Okay.
So it was
got that together.
Instead of flying, kind of sad because it was gonna be fun to be able to do that. But instead of flying around everywhere to go to graduations and make it fit, because it was a really tight squeeze too. I think hers. And then mine was right after. So it was going to be crazy shit anyway. They just did the beep beep shit in our front yard for us, which was cool. But so I graduated from Syracuse in the TRF program. It's not even trying to downplay it, but it's I feel getting a master's in television was so useless that I don't even like to say it. It's just, but I do have a master's in television, radio, and film. Like,
ooh, I mean, you dedicated your time to that. Yeah.
But like, hooray! Like the first time, like during our orientation, right when we got there, dude was like, big ups to Michael Schoonmaker, but like he was like, you guys don't have to be here to do what you want to do.
Wow.
And maybe he thought that was like inspirational, but for me it was like, oof. I'm paying a lot of money to be here.
Right,
and for that to be the very first thing that you say to me, it's like,
yeah.
You know, like, fuck, man. Yeah. All the way in Syracuse, people talk about this shit is basically like Canada, which it was. Like,
yeah, absolutely. You're very close to Canada.
I'm from Florida, so like, me and cold weather don't vibe. We don't mesh. We don't nothing.
Dang.
So I hated it there. But so it was really good that like spring break came around and I was like, oh, it's cold as shit here. I'm going to Florida for real, to hang out, whatever. I could just chill at the house for a whole week, but I'm going home.
Yeah.
And then like the COVID shit was happening like right around that time. So like it was like, oh yeah, we'll be off of school for 2 weeks. So we're like, oh, we'll have 2 extra weeks. And then I just ended up just being stranded at home until I had graduated and I was forced to like, I had to fly back to Syracuse to like collect all my shit and drive my car back to Florida.
Yeah.
So when I decided like, if I'm going to move, I'm going to move. All my shit's packed up. I'm not unpacking it in my parents' home.
Yeah.
So like I drove to Florida. My dad and I like traded in my car, got another one, and packed that bitch up and drove to California.
Ooh, I love that story. So I didn't know that.
That's how I got. Yeah, that's pretty much how I got out here.
Cool.
Yeah, like I said, right in the middle of COVID, I've been here. But that's the weird part. So like I moved here. For a whole year, I didn't have a job. Like, I was just living La Vida Loca mouth. Like, I was out here living. Not even for real, because I didn't know nobody, so I was inside the house.
Yeah.
I actually did know somebody. But that's besides the point. I was inside the house. I was exploring, being shown around LA, whatever the case may be. And then, like, I got a job, but lo and behold, this fucking job is in Tampa, Florida.
Oh my gosh.
Like, where I'm fucking from. So it's like, I went back home. I was home for like 2 or 3 months. And that started, like, the traveling. So I currently travel for work. So it's like, that's where that started.
Yeah, years ago at this point. 2 years ago?
Like,
1 year ago? 2 years ago. 2021?
2020, yeah, 2021. So at this point now, 2.
1.5.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah, now 2.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
For real, that's crazy, because 2 years ago I was working at Rolling Loud, too. That's crazy as fuck. But yeah, I started the whole traveling journey then and there, and I've been pretty much traveling and working ever since. So it's like, I've only really lived in LA maybe like 1.5 years. Yeah. All together.
Yeah, wow.
Which is crazy. But yeah, I've been here since June 2020. And what is it now? July 2023.
Almost August.
Yeah, so 3 years I've lived here for maybe 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Wow. Good story. But yeah, a big reason that I moved to LA too, beyond just like my career or whatever, is I'm Iranian, I'm Persian, and I'm like, it's like a huge part of my identity and my life is being Iranian. And I actually like started content creating because like I went to Iran and would film and make videos and, you know, put them out for the world. That's how I like fell in love with production. It's like I didn't go to film school or anything like that. I always loved it and I always was creative and stuff, but like that's when I really fell in love with like storytelling, putting shit together for people, putting it out, and like the whole thing. Like I never like, there was not like, I didn't fall in love with a filmmaker or like a movie or something. Like that didn't inspire me to get into film. Like production, you know, like the whole pre, production itself, post, the whole thing is what I fell in love with. But yeah, I moved to LA because, but not only because of my career, but because this is the place where the most Iranians are outside of Iran, and it's so fucking awesome being here. And like, because of my content creation, like I already had like an established group of like internet friends, so like it's just been really nice having a lot of Iranianness around me. And Iranianness, it feels good because I'm from Oklahoma, so like, I lacked so much diversity. So yeah, LA, man. It's calling to us for sure.
Yeah, because like I started on some weird shit. Like, so in high school, when I was like kind of trying to figure out like what do I want to do, I thought I wanted to build roller coasters.
Oh, what? That's so random.
Yeah, I thought I wanted to build roller coasters. So my freshman year of high school, I went to a school that, like a magnet school, where I'm from, Tampa Bay Tech, and I was like in the architecture program. So like I have drawings and shit of like, they're not drawings. They're like, what are they called? Blueprints.
There yeah.
I have blueprints that I've drawn of like dream homes and shit like that, which is cool.
Yeah.
But like I was only there for a year.
Yeah.
It wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it wasn't like I'm not good at math like at all. So to start there was the problem. And also like couldn't see myself doing that forever or like even at all.
Yeah.
But built like sculpting that or drawing the homes, it was cool or whatever. I like got into this other high school that was closer to my house, and they did this thing on YouTube that I saw, and it was called Dance Party Friday.
Okay.
And it wasn't like my neighborhood school, so like we had to like get me into the school or whatever, but I really wanted to go to the school because like they let the students make this thing called Dance Party Friday. And basically what Dance Party Friday was is like a popular song or whatever at the time. The students would go around to the classrooms, and like teachers would be totally cool with this. I remember doing this like all from 10th grade to 12th grade, like knocking on the door and being like, hey, does anybody want to participate in Dance Party Friday?
That's crazy.
And then teachers would be like, yeah, come on, like whatever, and we can't do it right now, whatever the case may be. But like we'd go in with the cameras and people are just dancing, teachers are dancing, like whatever, and then we cut it together. And then on the morning show, obviously on Friday, we play the shit, and it was like, oh, cool. So that's really what got me into like TV production, because so it was a club.
Yeah.
It was a class.
Yeah.
And that also had a club.
Right.
And so like I got deep into that. I was like president of the shit or vice president of the shit. One of the two. I don't remember at this point, but yeah.
Similar then.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great transition too, because I was gonna talk about like how we got into film or whatever. So for me, I studied fucking economics and communication in college, and then I graduated in 2019, and I took like a 3-month trip to Iran, and then it was amazing, and then I got recruited into this office job. And this is the whole podcast topic in and of itself, but like and I feel like everyone feels this way really, but like I felt so much pressure to do things that were right for other people around me, or like my parents or whatever, because it's like I just got this degree that they essentially paid for, so like
I might as well do this thing even though I know it's not for me or I hate it or whatever, and it was my first job, whatever. I'm happy I got into it because in the long run, COVID happened and like everything shut down production wise, and that job became work from home. So, I had a stable job during COVID. I actually bought a house. I don't know,
I don't think I've ever told you this. We've never talked about this. I own a house. Yeah, I'm a landlord.
Fucking house.
I do have a house
in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The next time we go to Oklahoma, we're driving by this house.
Oh my god! I'll show you videos of my house. I love my house. Yeah. It's honestly, I didn't move out of my parents' house until I was 23, which was crazy for me mentally, but like. Good. That it was great financially because I was able to save that money and like get a mortgage, and now like my mortgage is covered. I make a little bit of money off of the house, not much honestly, but I know that if anything fails, I can sit my happy ass in that house. So it's a really good backup plan, guys. If you can get a house, like please get a fucking house. Like it feels really good. And shit, I can always sell that shit and invest in other things. But,
sure. Yeah.
You know, but anyway, yeah, so I was like very, very established and comfortable, making a lot of money at my office job, but I was miserable, like, is not even the word to describe it. Like, I was a shell of a human, for sure, because I'm just, like, not an office job kind of person, and that's kind of why, like, the only reason I struggle in my current job is because it is... I
100%. I get exactly what
Yeah, definitely. But it's hard to complain because I do very little and it's like very chill. But like my personality is just like that's why I love the job. That's the reason. Like that's the reason I liked my last job is because it was so much all the time, which broke me eventually. But can I bring this up though? I was thinking about this the other day. I'm the only person that was in that position that was not demoted, quit, or fired.
Period.
So shout out to me.
Can't nobody but Rose handle that shit, and they know it. That's because why?
Why?
A bad bitch.
Thank you.
That's why motherfuckers is asking bitches what they doing now. Not nothing for you, motherfucker.
No.
Shady.
I'm crying. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, it was a huge gamble for me to get into this industry, but like it worked right off the bat, and living in Oklahoma was really helpful because like any job that came through, like I would get it, you know what I mean? And still, like when I went back to Oklahoma, I worked at this drone show. Like every time I go back to Oklahoma City, I work at a random fucking show. Yeah. So yeah, that's how I got into TV and film. Aaliyah? Well, you kind of talked about it already.
Yeah, I mean...
Anything to add?
Not really to that story because... yeah, I got into it on this one show. I didn't start as a PA, which was like... I got it. It took me a year to get a fucking job, but I didn't start as a PA. I started as a logger, which is essentially like taking notes or...
Essentially an AP, honestly.
Essentially APing, but like cheap ass shows like to call it other shit.
Yeah.
Notes, PA, logger, whatever. APing. And it was like a show back home, like I said, in Tampa, called Tampa Bays actually. It was pretty cool. We followed a bunch of lesbians around. I went to Pride in Ybor City. Their lives weren't crazy interesting, but they were cool. Like, it was cool to follow. It was cool to see for the first time, like, and get into the actual industry that way. I met some cool people, and that kind of led to something else. And I was able to work with my cousin on that show, which was cool, which led to something else.
Yeah.
Which, you know, which ends up leading. And hopefully it continues to do this to where, like, I'm somewhere where I'm, like, the goal is to be asking the right questions.
Yeah.
Or, you know, but.
And it is. I think you honestly networked really well, and, like, people rehire you, it seems, so that's good. She works hard.
We work ass off, you know, like, whatever you need, I got you. Like,
emails.
I've PA too, like, I've done that shit, like.
Okay.
It's one job that I've been on where it's like, yeah, I was APing and like just to get some money on the side, like when y'all aren't working, if you don't need me to like do this job, I can help you with the other shit. Like You know, because it's like...
Because it's the hustle.
One, it's the hustle, but it also doesn't, like... It doesn't hurt to know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Definitely.
Like, how all of it runs. Because where I want to be, like... Just to... From what I've seen, just to be good at that job and, like... actually liked by your crew.
Yeah.
Not that it's like the goal is to be liked, but it's like the goal is to have...
That's a big deal, though.
Yeah, the goal is to have an environment where people want to show up to work and want to do the job.
Yeah.
And
it's really long days. Like, if someone's being shitty in, like, hour, 16, 17, 18, like...
It's like, fuck this. So it's like, I guess it does end up coming out to be like, oh, yeah, if you want your crew to like you or whatever. But it starts with knowing, like, what everybody has to do. Kind of thing. So it's like, I really don't mind getting into all those different facets. It's cool because, like, we're doing this shit and we're making a joke out of it the other day. But, like, we're learning the audio. Like, I shouldn't have touched that, but fuck it.
No. No, exactly.
Like, we're learning how to, like, see what's up with, what's going on with the frequencies and shit. But on top of that, like, again, networking at work. You meet people, you're in very close quarters with them for a full fucking day, essentially, and then again for the next day. Yeah. And it's like, you can't not talk to them, so you learn about what they do every day. And it's like, it's cool when those things come full circle. Definitely. Because eventually I'm gonna be, like, calling the shots on a show, and I need to understand if, like, my audio soup has to go down for whatever reason. Right. Like, it's not like, oh, get on his ass. It's like, okay, like, you have to understand. Yeah. Like, you feel me? Or maybe, get on his ass. You feel me? Like, it's just, like, having an actual understanding of what everybody does and what's going on helps you to be able to
be a good producer, especially. Run some shit effectively. Yeah, like, definitely. Okay, we have to put a pin in this combo because she has to go to the airport. But I want to talk about, later, PAing just in general, because so many people are, like, so weird about it. Definitely want to talk about that.
Oh, that's going to be a conversation.
And I want to talk about, I just want to talk about reality TV more and, like, the things that, the worlds that it's put us in that we never thought we would be. Because I've learned so much shit and, like...
Oh, facts. Yeah, 100%.
We have to put a pin in this.
The whole conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, I've learned the amount of the things that I have learned and the things that I do know now just from being in reality TV. Yeah. It's like, bitch...
Just the different, like, niche worlds I've experienced that I never fucking knew existed.
It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it's someone's whole world. Anyway.
Somebody's whole life. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna, so we gotta go, but this next part of the podcast will be something that was pre-recorded yesterday, but it doesn't have a video. So enjoy this beautiful picture of us. Bye! I'm just tired. It's like... I don't know. It just sucks that it's the same shit over and over and over again. I feel like if there was some good and some bad, it would be different. It's just all bad.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get you. I've started to encounter multiple different things, but it's usually a mix of either bad or good, and then, like, the rug is just, like, pulled from underneath you, and it's just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I just be getting tired. Okay, back to being tired, though. Like, I do remember now. I'm tired mostly, and, like, social media really is a big, like, issue with it. That's why I try not to, like, pay attention to what's being posted on social media by, like, people that I know and follow, as opposed to, like, being on my For You page and looking at the stupid stuff on there, because, like, I just see a lot of families starting, and at first it wasn't a lot, you feel me? It was just like, these are natural, like, oh, we're 22, 23, like, yeah, people are starting families, ooh, cute, fun, like, but as we're getting older, it's like more and more, and then it's like those families have evolved, and it's just like,
now they're on to 2 kids.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I can't even find somebody just to be my boyfriend, like, yeah. You get me, like,
absolutely.
I can't find somebody that, like, I like, and I want to go on a second date with, or like some shit like that, and it's just like,
yeah. No, I feel you, but
that's the main reason why I be on TikTok looking at stupid shit, like wherever I can find stupid shit, because it's like I don't want to see your life update. Like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. It is like, oh, that is cute though. Like, congratulations. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. But you know what? The people that you see that have families and shit, like, it looks wonderful, and I'm sure, and that's what we want. Sure. But I'm sure they're all have their issues and shit, and are fucked.
Like you just said, like, that's what we want. Right. So it's like, that doesn't faze me, because it's like, that's what I expect. Like, I understand what... I came up in a 2-parent household. My grandparents are together. So I've seen marriages. I understand. I get it. I expect to see what... I understand what I expect to see, you know? It is what it is, you know? Like, even though I say all these things, it's like I'm very much a realist.
Yeah. I think that's the thing.
It's like... I get it. I see the big picture and, like, all these things, and I feel the way I feel about it, but it's like, or, like, I see all these, like, people's families and stuff or whatever, and I feel the way I feel about it comparative to my life or whatever. And it's like, yeah, people say, oh, well, that's why you shouldn't be on social media, because it's going to make you compare and, like, da-da-da-da-da, and that's what causes depression and all these other kind of things. I understand these things. I 100% understand these things. That's why I feel like I can see the big picture of it. And it's like, while I do get, like, reasonably sad when, like, I'm like, damn, when I actually sit down and think about it, of where I would like to be, I also understand that, like, it's not far off.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's not that I'm like, damn, this is never gonna happen. Like, I know that it's not far off. You get me? It's just like, fuck, like, it's my money and I want it now. Like, you get me? Like, that's the type of
yeah.
That's the type of mindset I get into sometimes when it's just like, man, like, I want to be cutting up orange slices. Like, and it's so funny because, like, that's my saying too, for real. Because one of my friends, like, listened to the first podcast that we did, and I basically said, like, I want to, like, cut up orange slices. That's the end goal. I want to be cutting up orange slices, going to soccer practice. And it's funny because in casual conversation, he brought that back up. And it's just like, yeah, you don't need to be with the guy that I was telling you about. He was like, yeah, you don't need to be with him because you actually want to be cutting orange slices. And it just took me aback because it was like, like, you peeped that, like, you were listening. And it also, like, to me seemed as if, like, you didn't see it to be far-fetched that I want to be in that place and or could be in that place. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like,
yeah,
I get it. Like, I say all that to say nothing, but yeah.
Love that. It was about manifestation. It goes off of what you have to say, though. Like, if you want something in your life, like, you have to know what you want, and you have to put, like, other shit aside that doesn't serve that purpose. And I feel like that is, like, our problem with men, is that we do, like, you know, we didn't, you know, I mean, I can't speak for you, but for a long time, I right now, I just don't know what I really want or whatever, and that's why, like, it's murky. But if you know exactly what you want, and if you stop fucking with the shit that's fucking with that, like, you're on the right track, and you're gonna find that thing. You just gotta do it. It's hard. It sucks. The dating thing is, it sucks.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Did you date in high school and things like that?
Yeah, not really. I was never a girl that, like, had a lot of crushes or, like, wanted to date a lot of people. But I did date in high school and stuff. And, yeah. Why?
I was just wondering.
Okay.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, I be out here. I try. But I just, like, I would never, like, say someone was my boyfriend until unless I felt, again, like, I'm very pragmatic. I'm not trying to just date.
I get you 100%.
I don't know, it's the Persian girl in me.
I would say I only had, like, 2 boyfriends.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
2. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And one was crazy, so.
Yeah.
One was a sweetheart, and one was crazy.
Yeah.
And that sweetheart is now just. But.
Yeah. Life experiences, man, they're crazy. But you know, you never know what's gonna happen. So, and once you meet that person, I'm sure things will move quickly,
accordingly.
You know,
honestly.
accordingly, whatever.
Because it's more so about now finding someone that not only do I like, but also is on the same page.
No, that's the most important part.
Right, so it's like, yeah, you found people that you like, and you guys have a great vibe and all this other kind of stuff, but you're not on the same page, or you found somebody that you're on the same page with, but don't really like them. Like, so it's,
yeah.
Now it's like, okay, I've seen some things. When do I see?
I'm tired.
When's the rabbit popping out of the hat?
Yeah. Tired of seeing shit.
I'm tired of seeing shit. I just wanna cuddle up on a Saturday and wake up and be like, brunch? No? Okay. And then just like, you know, like,
yeah.
I'm not really trying to like do nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, because it's like, from a male perspective, like, I've had my guy friends tell me, like, there's a lot of guys that want that. Like,
yeah.
There's a lot of guys out here that, like, yeah, they want that. And it's like, but where the fuck are they? Where are they at? Because I have not found one, for real.
Yeah. And the thing that sucks about it's like, there's so much that has to align, really. Like, for me, for a long time in my adult life, I didn't even know, like, I didn't feel like that, you know, that feeling that you feel when you really like somebody. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't feel that for so long. So, like, that has to be there. And then the person has to have a fucking job and be a good person.
For sure.
And then, like, you also both have to be in the same place in life. Like, there's so much that has to align for it to work out, right? And it happens. It happens to a lot of people. But I think that's just what's missing, is, like, there's always something big that does not align correctly for us.
Oh, that's facts. And just to go back to, like, what you were talking about, manifestation, I'm just thinking about this now, and after, like, the first relationship I was in, I told you, like, if you were to ask me before, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's the one that, like, got away or whatever. After that one, like, I remember just saying and telling my best friend Lauren, I was just like, I don't even, once I had really come to terms with that breakup and, like, delusionally was like, oh, I don't want him anymore, because now I'm really there. But when I was in the delusional aspects of it, like, one of the things I was saying was, like, I don't want the person anymore, but I want that feeling that I had with that person. Mm-hmm. And it's more of, like, you need to be very specific, because when you're trying to manifest something, because then this other guy comes along when I moved to LA, and it's like, oh wow, there's that feeling again. But
yeah,
you get me, like, this person isn't on the same page as you, right? So you got it. You got your feeling, girl. Baby. You wanted that. You got it, boo. Yeah. You know.
No. Sure.
So it's like, when you're manifesting, you also got to be very, 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 very specific in what it is that you're manifesting, or, like, praying to God about,
right?
Or
however you think of it.
Whatever you think of that, like, life cycle, and, like, energy cycle. It's just like, baby, write it down, shit, and read it word for word, because
exactly. I'll just say this too while you're reading or whoever texted you. But that feeling can also be so selfish sometimes if you know that other person doesn't want you. I wish I was filming right now. She's making the craziest faces. Who texted you?
It's a post.
What is going on?
It's a post on Instagram from some guy that I had met on Hinge a while back.
Oh.
But it says, I'm just randomly going through my followers and dropping by to say hello. You're number 33 on my list, LOL. So I want to say, have a good day, and I hope perhaps... Hold on. So I want to say, have a good day, and I hope perhaps you will find a good reason to smile and feel good.
Oh my god. It's so random.
Yeah, that's why I was like...
What? Okay, manifestation?
I don't know if that's manifestation, but it was just definitely weird and strange, especially for like the time in the conversation.
Definitely, dude. No, okay, shit like that though happens all the time to my girlfriends when they're around me. Like, random men will, from their past, it's happened to you too a lot. Like,
multiple times.
Hit you up or whatever. It happened like even before we were really friends, like when we worked together.
Bitch, yes, and that's what I'm talking. Bitch, you're the reason why this weekend fucking happened to me. I fucking hate you.
Oh, another thing that happens is like when I fuck with a guy, like, and he is awful to me. Usually he like finds a really good girlfriend and gets married after me, which I don't know what that is. Good for you guys, but where's mine? Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it.
It makes me cringe.
It's irky. Yeah, it's irky. But
I don't know, bitch, but yeah, you're the reason why. And now that you say that, all those men that hit me up last week, I'm not talking to none of them about anything. I promise you, bros. I suppose one was trying to get me to link up with him before me and you linked up, like either yesterday or today.
Oh my god.
And I'm just lazy. I didn't want to. But also it was the motivational one. He gets on my fucking nerves, dude.
Is he like a motivational speaker?
He just be saying shit. Let me show you.
God.
I'm gonna show you some shit.
That's kind of funny.
Because this was like, oh, let me just start talking. When we were in that restaurant, I was like, oh, let me just start talking to him again. Say hello, be nice, or whatever. Motherfucker said some shit. And I was looking in the thing, and I was just like, what the fuck is he even talking about? Like...
Okay, I'm gonna read this out loud. He said, so Aaliyah posted about the writer's strike, and he said, I think it's funny you posted about the strike too. There's an optimistic and deep knowing that there will be opulence and reward somehow. Like they haven't talked in like forever. Like the steady progression leading to a head. I just don't know how. So just resting in that and doing what I do on the daily to progress as usual. Feeling a little bit naive in the best way, coupled with constant bombardment on the contrary. LOL. It's funny to try and describe it's like a watercolor taking form.
I don't even know what the fuck
sorry.
that says. Dude, we're at the restaurant and I was glitching reading this. I was like...
what?
I don't know what he's saying.
You're really sweet for liking that shit. I wouldn't...
Well, that's all I had. Because... I did not know what to say.
How do you respond?
I was just like, yeah.
Double tap, baby.
Like,
good?
Sure.
Awesome.
I don't even know what this says. I honestly did not comprehend one single word.
So weird. It's so funny.
One word. Did not comprehend that shit. I don't. Opulent. Said that. No, I was like, I think that's where I shut off. I was like, damn, what the fuck?
What do you mean?
Are you okay? How have you been? That's what I said. That was his answer to how have you been.
That's crazy.
Naive in a good way? I don't know, bro. Like, that's why.
Opulent? Like shiny?
I honestly don't really know.
What are you talking about?
But that's why I stopped talking to him in the first place. Because it was like, you were confusing me all the time. And don't nobody need to be imagine those words trying to be motivational. Like, you just need to like, I can't even mimic it. Because I don't know. I don't have the right words to say. But Just, you need to, big word, some crazy outlandish phrase. Get yourself in the look in the mirror and write it down every day. Phrase, words.
See?
Like, Nick, shut up.
Shut the fuck up. This is why we're tired. We're tired of this. Why can't people be normal?
Like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
What's going on?
I'm confused. I am absolutely, positively confused. And it's like, I'm just, like, you keep saying, oh, you're so nice. In real life, too, because I'd be like,
yeah.
Because I don't. I'm smiling. Confused. I don't know. Like I do not know, bitch. I don't be knowing. That's why I really think that's why, like, I can't get with the nice guys or shit like that. Because I need a nice guy that is like, he's a nerd, but he got a little street smart to him. He watch anime and shit, but like, you know, like,
yeah. Ooh, okay, even those are fucked, though. You know, any genre that you think, like, oh, this one's safe. No. You can date so beneath you, though he'll still fuck you up, girl. Take it from the queen of that.
You can date so beneath you, and you, like, big him up to be, like, this amazing thing, and then, not even, like, big him up or whatever, but, like, you meet this guy and it's like, oh, I'm gonna try this out, I'm gonna be nice or whatever, and then like you guys hit it off, you start dating for real, he like beefs himself up, you might buy him a couple things, y'all like get it all, you might have a couple like, ooh babe, how should I cut my hair type, ooh, what should I do with my beard type, and you give him suggestions. Now he look like a new man, right? Now he want to trick off on you because now he's all cute and shit, and now like, now bitches want to be in the DMs. Now you want to answer them, and it's like your DMs was
quiet as fuck.
Mouse.
Crickets,
babe. Crickets, bruv. And now you're all how I like.
Yeah.
How. Now you're.
I created you.
I don't even want to say that.
Frankenstein.
Now you're like how I like, and some other bitches might like now too. Bitch, fuck you. Okay.
Because you gave him the confidence with that pussy. He's like, oh, I can get this bitch. I can do anything.
Oh yeah, like.
Fuck
but it's
you,
like, motherfucker. You couldn't. It was the connection. Bitch. Yeah. We connected, but now you're cute.
No.
Give me my.
Fuck yourself
give
now.
Me my style back.
Give me my energy.
Give me my everything back, motherfucker. That's why I don't even do that. And there's no more like. That's why it's a cold world out here.
Yeah. So we're on pause for dating. Let's see how long that lasts.
But I said that, and
yeah, your life is wild, dude. They just come out of like nowhere. Yeah, I'm horny. So,
what does that even mean, bro?
So, okay.
So that means you're gonna be out on the prowl.
Listen,
hunting them down.
Occasionally, not occasionally.
And
once or twice a year. Yeah, everybody watch out.
Ladies, watch out too, because she's on the prowl. She just wants to get her pussy in.
This is actually my actual goal. Is I'm thinking. I really want to bang. It's like I'm fucking shopping for furniture. But I really want somebody around like fall, winter.
Okay, spring, summer, Sheree, she by Sheree, head ass motherfucker. Find that clip where she's like on The Real Housewives Sheree. She's like, oh yeah, Andy Cohen's like, so when is your fashion line coming out? She's like, spring, summer.
That is spring, summer.
That's me.
That's you, bitch. That's fucking you.
So right now I'm trying to like go on a bunch of shitty little dates to try to find someone who can stick around that long, you know?
For the fall.
Yeah. So
you can get banged all fall.
Yeah, I really am like getting pretty horny around here. But I'm not to the point where I'm not like I can wait a little longer.
I get you. I get you. I think I'm good for right now.
Yeah, she's good. She got her bed broken and stuff. You're good. It's been a couple of months for me, so I'm ready
right now. But yeah, I get the sentiments. But here's the thing. This is why I'd be jumping right back into it, because if you're worth something, like I can meet you right now, and by the time I am ready, like.
Yeah.
I'll be ready.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's why I'd be trying to, like, all right, I'm done. Let me find somebody right now to talk to. Because I really do be talking to motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like, let me talk to you and figure out if I even want your, like, dingy little Peter near me. Like.
No, Aaliyah's a really good, like, talker, texter. Like, you really are.
Thanks, bitch. Because I'd be like kind of insecure about that. I'd be like, damn, am I a boring bitch? Like,
no, absolutely
it's just these motherfuckers are boring out here.
Yeah, no, it's hard to talk to men. Like you show me your conversations with men. Like, man, I get so exhausted holding combos like that, and I bet you do too.
It's like, dude, I really want to get to know. Like, can I just get to know you? Like, that's really it. Like, I get it. You don't. Oh, I need to get to know a bitch before I spend some money on it. Okay, cool. Let's get to know each other. Like, text it out, talk it out. Like, what's up? What's tea? But no, they don't even be trying to do that for real. It's just like pathetic. Y'all are pathetic. Y'all are pathetic.
Super pathetic, dude.
It's just like, dude, what the fuck?
Our future mans are probably dating some trashy whore.
And they're like, I fucking hate this
They're
bitch.
like, I hate this bitch. This is gonna be my life.
She's gonna end up getting me sent to jail. Baby, I won't.
No,
I actually am very conscious about that. Like,
and there's we've talked about this not on this podcast, but in life, like, men, they get married or whatever. Like, when they make that choice, whoever's in front of them, they marry or whatever. That's something that people say, and I feel like it's kind of, it's true. Like, when they decide that that's the time, like, that's who they're gonna marry or whatever. But we just have to find men that have made that decision, that are single, obviously, not with people, and not fucking weird. So if you've made that choice that you're ready,
I've noticed though is a lot of those people, those guys or whatever, like, they've been with their girl for a long time.
Yeah.
Like them motherfuckers done been together for years already at this point. I mean, like, I get it. There's people who are single or whatever the case may be, and they feel that way, but, like, like...
Yeah.
I know you're out there, but, like, hit me up, shit. We'll see what happens. I like to go to Dave & Buster's on a first date. Yeah. So be ready to play some games and get some coins out there. Be ready to have some fun, because don't be boring. I'm not trying to... Listen, y'all, all those little formal dates or whatever the fuck that y'all be thinking that women want, and the ones that y'all be like, I spent such and such, you gotta give me some pussy. Because, first of all, Chili's $20 a plate. That's not... I hope y'all niggas not thinking y'all supposed to get pussy, because you're not. Okay. I'm out here talking to the motherfuckers who spend $400, $500, upwards of those hundreds of dollars for a meal.
Yeah.
Those and you also should not be expecting pussy, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
But, like, them, like, where y'all at? Because this bum's out here fucking pissing me off.
Yeah, I really think we should get on taking arrangements. Okay, we're gonna do it for this podcast. Good, quote unquote.
I'm really not trying to, like...
Just for research.
I'm just not trying to go on, like... I mean, honestly, though, if I'm going on a date like that with a rich-ass man, he gonna pay for everything. So, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. No, we're doing it.
I'm gonna be like, I need a new outfit. I need my hair done. I need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
They would love it. Yeah.
Let's seek arrangements.
We're seeking arrangements, guys. Yeah. We're doing it for research for the stoners.
Is it research for the stoners? For the Delulu stoner girlies?
No, it's research for ourselves. One day. Oh, that was funny.
One brain cell, dude.
But yeah, I do believe it. Just gotta get off the fucking apps and get onto an airplane. I swear to God, dude.
One time on an airplane, he wanted to hold my hand because he was scared. That wasn't sexy at all.
I don't know, but we'll meet him off the airplane. We just gotta go somewhere. We'll be fine.
We'll see. I'm gonna start
like you said,
man.
Yeah, I really like the way that you put it. Like you are a very realistic person, which I really appreciate in life. Having those friends, especially being a really delusional person sometimes. But yeah, it's really possible. Like it's not that it's impossible. It's just like annoying. The shit we gotta go through to get there. Fuck that. But we can say that about so many other aspects of our life. It's just that one that's
fucking damn, bro.
Damn.
When is the other shoe gonna drop? And I think what really kind of sucks, at least from my perspective, is like I really have like encountered love, right? And I've encountered it 2 separate occasions. One on an like very much we are together in that type of space vibe, and then one in a very much understood and like reassured we're together vibe, and one in a very much like what's going on, what's the situation kind of vibe. And I will say that being able to feel love from both of those different scenarios, it's just like, okay, cool, I enjoyed the both where it's the middle, and not on a sense of like where the other one was like confusing and shit, but it was more so like exciting, you know, like not that the other one wasn't, because it was like a young and a fresh and a whatever, but it was more exciting in the way of like being with, every time I'm with you, this is exciting kind of thing. You get what I'm saying? Because like that energy. When do those two like sandwich together and meet and like manifest into something real? Like that's what I'm waiting on.
Right. Yeah. And did it happen for all these people? Ooh. Did it happen for all these people that have someone, or did they all settle?
Right,
I don't know. Is that what your beeping sounds like? Okay.
I really don't.
All right, girly. Okay, that ended up being good. Hey. You need this charger?
No.
Oh,
you can pull it out though, because that is short, so.
Don't let that shit short on her.